Hi everyone, and welcome to City Beat from Fire Station 44. I'm Sue Levitt, in for Nancy Byrne, who is a little bit under the weather. Well, we'd like to start by introducing you to a very specifically trained group of firefighters here at the city that make up our technical rescue team. Now, this team all works here out of Station 44, and they are trained in very specific rescues that have to do with maybe people being trapped inside a vehicle, or if somebody needs to be rescued from a high angle where maybe ladders can't reach. We went along with them for one of their drills for the day to show you exactly what they do to stay prepared to save lives for when the real emergencies occur. Our technical rescue team is joined by first responders from all over the valley today for a special training.
Quickly going over the scenario, we're going to be working on top of that silo that says tank on it, the white one. We're going to have a total of 3 injuries.
The owners of the Apex lime plant that you see here have stopped their production of lime today and have offered up their space to our first responders. Apex is about 15 miles north of Las Vegas and presents an ideal setup for our technical rescue team to practice high-angle rescues.
Fire department units, you're going to be on Zone 2 Special Ops. We'll utilize that for the drill.
The rescue scenario for the training today includes 3 victims with injuries that could likely occur here at the plant. All 3 are hurt and trapped on top of this huge tank, unable to reach the ground safely on their own. One victim has cut her arm badly, and the other has lime in his eyes, and the third is unable to move with a spinal injury. The task for all of our first responders: work together to figure out the best plan to rescue all 3 victims. Clark County Fire begins to rescue the first 2 victims that are not reachable with a ladder.
It's okay, come on. I remember my name, I know, it's my eyes.
Lowering them in the basket safely to the ground. Mercy Air is even here circling above, ready to transport the victims to the hospital. The final and most difficult scenario involves the special skills of our technical rescue crew that are given the challenge to rescue a victim with a spinal injury from the top of this 100-foot tank.
I think you catch that lip right there, see where the I-beam is? You think when we're lowering down the face, you may catch something? Or, tagline, and we can keep them pulled away from the silo.
Yeah. All firefighters have the basic skills for knots and ropes, tying into the litters. Then there's another level of expertise, and that's where we come in, where you're actually building systems to raise and lower people from higher points of vantage. Copy, we're ready down here whenever you are. Stage right here. When we get them halfway down to the ground, we'll bring you guys in, and we're gonna set the stretcher right on top of this. Switch over to our lower. Copy, tension to system. Tension! Ready for lower. Down, slow! Victim on the ground!
Today's training exercise ends with success.
It helps us with the communication. That's a big problem for us, is the communication between the agencies and between the public. They have a great understanding now that when they call 911, what they need to say to be able to get the equipment that they want out here. They also have a system set up of how to direct us out to where we need to go, and we have a better understanding if we come out here what we need to do.
There have been no injuries in some time here at Apex, but now because of this training, if calls do come in to respond to this area, our first responders are ready. Our technical rescue team is made up of 30 members, and although Henderson and Clark County also have teams, the City of Las Vegas is the only fully staffed technical rescue team that's available 24/7. Well, as you saw, it takes a lot of training to become part of that team, but it also takes a lot of training and determination to make it through the academy and become a member of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. The first class of 2019 has accomplished that major achievement, and the graduates are now officially members of our nationally renowned fire department. 30 started out in the class in the heat of the summer, and 17 made it through. Here is just a quick look at the ceremony honoring the graduation, which as always is steeped in tradition, from the flag flying proudly out in front of our City Hall to the honor guard presenting our colors. KCLV photographer-editor Eric Sorensen produces a video capturing their journey every year through the grueling training and classroom rigors so that it can be shown at their graduation. Here is just a taste of this year's video.
I've grown a lot older and grown up. I came in as a 19-year-old kid. You know, I'm still 19, but I feel like I've matured a lot through this whole academy, through just growing through PT with my brothers and sisters, and through the tests, the mental stress I have to go through, and we all go through. I think I've grown a lot.
The biggest challenges that I've faced have to be just the day-to-day grind, getting up early in the morning, making sure that I'm ready to go to work, coming to work, and being able just to listen and follow directions, everything that we do, through the start of the day to the end.
I think I've gotten a lot more responsible. I'm a little bit older, but I've even matured throughout the academy because this is a very mature job. I've been more disciplined, but I've also been humbled as well.
Balancing family life as well as academy life. When you come in, it's a full-time job. I mean, you're working when you're here, you're working when you're at home, and for somebody who's got a baby on the way, it's been tough to juggle the two, family life and academy life, sir.
I believe most of the recruits, if not all the recruits, feel like they can rely on me. I believe that I've gained trust in their eyes, and that teamwork is huge for me. And that's something that I hope that I can gain from members on the floor and continue to develop and maintain throughout my career.
Zone 1, TAC 209. For Battalion 1, Battalion 5, Engine 201, Engine 42, Engine 9, Rescue 204, Truck 8, Byrne 3, Air Resource 1, 633 North Mojave, District 23, 27, Panel 96.
congratulations to those graduates. We know how much work and determination it takes to get through that academy. It is not easy, and we are so happy to welcome all those new firefighters to the City of Las Vegas team. Now, if you think you have what it takes to become a firefighter, you can go to lasvegasnevada.gov/firejobs to find out more information. Well, if you've driven out on the 95 in the Northwest, you notice there's a lot of businesses and residents that you can see from that freeway. And if you're anything like me, it can be a little confusing trying to find your way into those areas out there. Well, that's all about to change thanks to another phase of the Centennial Bowl improvement. We'll tell you more and what special furry guest was on hand for the groundbreaking when we come back.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Sue Brown. Sue is an administrative officer with Human Resources and has been with the city since 2005. She's the resident expert in budgeting and staffing management for the entire city. Her division is responsible for creating and maintaining all job descriptions at the city and assigning pay grades to those positions. Sue performs cost estimates for all union proposals and wage and salary recommendations. Her expertise in compensation has saved the city taxpayers countless dollars because of her extensive background in research and analysis and her dedication to maintaining a fair and competitive compensation program. All of this ensures the city can hire top-flight employees at a competitive but balanced wage in this area. For her dedication to city staff and residents, we tip our hat to Sue Brown, the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month.
Welcome back. Well, anybody who spends time out in the northwest area of town or the Centennial Hills area knows just how annoying it can be weaving through those side streets to make your way to the 95 or the 215. Well, NDOT is going to change all that with the help of the City of Las Vegas, Clark County, and the Regional Transportation Commission. We were there as ground broke on this very important construction project.
I'm trying to keep them warm.
When you get the famous Bark Andre furry out in the wind and cold, you know this is an important occasion. Posing with, well, anyone who wanted to pose with him, and handing out a few wet ones to Councilwoman Michelle Fiore, Bark helped kick off the groundbreaking of the next phase of the Centennial Bowl upgrade.
This $73 million project is critical to connecting US 95 and the 215 Beltway, providing better access and improved mobility in one of the fastest growing areas of southern Nevada.
You can see from this drone footage that this northwest area of the valley is growing dramatically, and NDOT is working hard to keep up with that growth. According to statistics from NDOT, currently nearly 110,000 vehicles travel daily on the ramps and freeways at US 95 and the 215 Beltway. And like the homes and businesses around here, that traffic is expected to continue to grow. Here are some maps that illustrate the ultimate goal of the Centennial Bowl project, but bottom line is this phase will include 3 ramps that connect eastbound 215 to southbound 95, southbound 95 to westbound 215, and northbound 95 to westbound 215. There will not be a quiz on that, but it will all make sense when it's completed in the spring of 2021. As Las Vegas City Councilwoman Michelle Fiore explained, when this phase and the final phase are completed down the road, it will make it so much easier to get to the businesses and residential areas that you can now see from the highways, but you just can't figure out how to get to them.
These major interchange improvements will create benefits for both residents and businesses as well as all of our visitors out here. Far too long, motorists have had to wind their way around surface streets in order to find businesses visible from the freeway. This project provides direct freeway-to-freeway access, making navigation through our Northwest Valley easier and faster.
The project is slated to create up to 150 jobs during construction, starting with the operator of this giant drill officially kicking off the construction. When this phase is about 6 months from being finished in 2021, the final phase will begin. As to what that will entail, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Now, these flyover ramps are so important because they connect freeway systems while still allowing traffic to flow at highway speeds, which is more safe and efficient. Well, moving on to another big construction project. This one's going to bring in more conventions, tourism, and of course, money to our city. It's the expansion of the World Market Center, which already brings in thousands of people each year for the furniture show. Now with this fourth building going up, we're going to see more conventions that don't necessarily have to do with home furnishings.
This three-building complex, offering up 5 million square feet of convention center, went up pretty quickly in the early 2000s. But once completed in 2005, the recession stalled further development. That is, until now. Ground was officially broken January 28th on the expo at the World Market Center.
This is something that, we've been working on for a couple years, and truly in partnership with the city of Las Vegas. And this couldn't have happened without that partnership. It makes great economic sense for IMC and what we're doing in building out our business, our business here.
The new expo will provide space for thousands of booths and will not be restricted to just furniture-related conventions. It will be situated in a way that will make coming and going to the World Market Center as easy as hopping out of a vehicle and having access to all 4 buildings.
So someone will exit a bus or a taxi, walk about 50 or 60 feet, and they're in the expo center, and they'll register for our markets. And then they can take part in market without ever going outside if there is inclement weather. It goes all the way out to the street. So this is a significant building, 315,000 square feet.
City leaders were on hand for this long-awaited celebration. Councilman Stavros Anthony, City Manager Scott Adams, Councilwoman Michelle Fiore, Director of Economic and Urban Development Bill Arndt, and many others, celebrating what this will not only do for convention business downtown, but for job creation.
If you think about 50,000 people for just our events, staying for 4 days, that's 200,000 hotel rooms, 200,000 dinners, or more. And so we hope that this is an incredible economic impact and is rewarding for the city as it is for our business.
So with a quick photo op of those who made this happen with shiny new shovels and a quick champagne toast, the next phase of this enormous and beautiful convention area is on track.
Well, February is Black History Month. Coming up, we're going to show you how the city is honoring the month through art. And as we go to break, here's a look at the final list of candidates in our upcoming municipal election. The primary election will end April 2nd, and those that move on will go to the general election June 11th. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's the people. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? Because love has no labels.
Welcome back to City Beat. Well, there's an art exhibit that opened in January in the Chamber Gallery of City Hall. It's the African American art exhibit that features the work of local artist Vicki Richardson. Now, while this artist's work spans many mediums from charcoal to sculpture, this one features colorful paintings that the artist calls after images. Here's a closer look.
Ask Vicki Richardson to describe her style, and she says, well, from what she hears from others, at least one influence harkens back to her college days.
I just had a person come up and talk to me, and they said that it reminded them of Georgia O'Keeffe. And I said, well, that's quite possible, because I came from a college in which Georgia O'Keeffe was in the gallery there at my college, and it was a Stieglitz collection, and it was called the Stieglitz Gallery. I was just surrounded in the classrooms and in the gallery with a lot of her original artwork.
And when you look at works like these brightly colored pieces, structural fantasy and creation, as well as these landscapes she calls And It Was So and Red Rock Mystery, there are certainly shades of Georgia O'Keeffe, but as you continue to look at her work, it's clear she has a style all her own.
I have a background in sculpture, so a lot of my landscapes and a lot of my paintings are very kind of sculptural and deal a lot with, value and form.
Her expressive portraits also show her style, and she says her state of mind at the time of their creation.
One of them is from like the late 70s, early 80s, and it's called Defiance. And I think that has a lot to do with the civil rights movement at that time.
You wouldn't know it from this exhibit, but she also loves using charcoal and pastels as well as oils. But she says in this intimate gallery, she feels curators Jeannie Voltura and Laura Machado did a beautiful job of focusing on her vividly colored oil paintings.
It's like editing anything. If you have a lot of things, what do you choose and what do you pick to put together? And I think this sort of walks the gamut between portraits and landscapes and shows the variety of things that I'm interested in.
This display will remain on display in the Chamber Gallery until April 11th. Now, the gallery is on the second floor of City Hall. And if you'd like to see more of Vicki Richardson's work, she is the director of the Left of Center Art Gallery. Her art, as well as the art of many other artists, is on display there. It's a nonprofit gallery that promotes respect and diversity in our community, and it's located at 2207 West Gowan Road. Well, the Chinese New Year was celebrated Saturday, February 9th on Fremont Street. And in case you don't know, it's the Year of the Pig. Well, as we say goodbye, we'd like to leave you with the sights and sounds from that parade. I'm Sue Levitt. We hope you enjoy. Nancy Byrne will be back for your next City Beat.